Okay, homeschool friends, today I'm going to be diving in a little bit more into what mock trial looks like for our daily lesson plan breakdown. I had some people ask if I could explain a little bit more, and so we're going to start with what the guide tells us, move on to how I've broken it down in the lesson plan, and hope that gives you a little more clear understanding. If we haven't met before, hi, my name's Lynn, and it's my hope to help make homeschooling easy for you too. So I'm taking all the things I've learned over the years and putting them into these videos to help speed up your process and your journey as you learn how to homeschool your kids. So let's dive into mock trial. This is specifically for Challenge B, and it is second semester only. I have just pulled out week 9 from the guide, and in here it has 3 instructions for you, okay? It says you need to read section 4, applicable law, and the jury instructions. You need to read section 2, a mock trial overview, the closing argument. Then it says to write a short summary for the state statute and each of the judicial decisions. And then it says prepare an Annie chart for the statute and judicial decisions to determine if they can be used to prove or disprove evidence or witnesses' testimony. So there's a lot of things that you have to process through here. One of the things I don't want my students doing is wasting time trying to figure out what to do and how to do it, because there is probably a good 20 hours of work just in that alone if you were to really deep dive and do it well. So just keep in mind, we're trying to get a lot of exposure here. And so I want to help them keep their focus, their main attention on learning the mock trial process. And so this is not an area or a strand where I really try to develop organizational skills in the student per se. I try to take some of that burden off their plate. So some of this can feel a little overwhelming, which is why when we come to my breakdown, I have done just a couple of things here. I have broken down the sections that they need to read. So day 1, I have told them to read section 4, jury instructions, and read section 2, the closing statement. Okay, that's all they have to do. Then day 2, 3, and 4 are going to build on each other, because the main task, the largest task here, is to write a short summary, which is basically a rewrite. Remember, we've heard that in Essentials. And also to make an Annie chart. And we can use both of those tasks to help each other. So if we start on day 2, we read the applicable law, which is going to have all of that, both the state statutes and the judicial decisions in that section. Then we have a tool from Essentials that will help us with this rewrite and this Annie chart, and it is called a keyword outline. So once they're done reading, as they're reading, I'm asking them to write a quick little keyword outline. Couple of simple words, keep it short and sweet, okay? Then the next day, day 3, you're going to rewrite section 4, both the state statutes and the judicial decisions, using your keyword outline. Okay, that's how you're going to summarize it in your own words. And we do this on a separate day, just like we did in Essentials, so that you have the ability to recall, and it really is your own words. You're not just regurgitating what you read 5 minutes ago. Finally, the last day, now that you kind of have that in your mind a little bit more clearly, you're going to make an Annie chart for the applicable law. Okay, so we've broken it out this way. The Annie chart, sometimes I like to call them a PDI chart. So instead of affirmative, you're going to say prosecution, because the prosecution believes that the Tatum is guilty. That's the affirmative team. They're trying to prove he's guilty. The negative team would be the defense, because they're trying to prove he's not guilty. And then I is the same either way. Interesting. Not really sure who it helps, but it might have bearing on the case. And so when you're doing any Annie chart for any of mock trial, think of it as what helps the prosecution prove that he's guilty, what helps the defense prove that he's innocent, and what is interesting and you're not sure who it helps. That's how we break down those Annie charts. And that is it. So each week is going to be broken down, your tasks like this, so that it doesn't quite seem so overwhelming. It's really helpful when you have to rewrite the witness statements and you have to do a lot of Annie charts over the exhibits and such, to have those tools from Essentials to kind of help walk us through this process. Okay, if you have questions, put them in the comments below and I'll try to answer. And if you just popped on here and you didn't come from the link from my lesson plan, I'm going to put a link right up here. You can check out my daily lesson plan for Challenge B and see if that's something that you feel like would be a good fit for your student. And if you made it to the end of this video, would you put a heart in the comments below so that I know? That means the world to me. Thanks so much. Bye.